Amazon just posted this announcement the other day, and it's potentially a big one. For any brands that are using images that include AI-generated people in them, you are now going to have to edit the metadata in your images to show that they include an AI-generated person. This adds an extra step for the images affected. If you have people working for you or freelancers or agencies, you need to make sure they quickly start complying with this new rule. I'm going to explain what this new rule involves, when it applies, and show how to add this metadata to your images. Now here's the announcement right here. It shows how you have to tag product images that contain photorealistic AI-generated people with specific metadata before you add them to your listings or A+ content in any of our worldwide stores. So this applies to every single country. Recent legislation requires disclosure when images or videos in advertisements contain photorealistic AI-generated people. Now it explains here that you need to edit the AI metadata, which I'm going to show you how to do, to have contain synthetic performer if your images have AI-generated people. And then it does specify here how this doesn't apply if it only features real people, obviously. Now, if you've edited the images with AI and everything, that's totally fine. You don't have to do this. Characters from movies, TV programs, or video games don't count. If there's no people, obviously, then it doesn't count. And if the people don't look photorealistic, meaning like if they're like cartoon people, you don't have to do this either. But if you're using images that have an AI-generated person, using the product, or maybe in a lifestyle photo where someone's wearing it and such, you need to watch this and you need to start tagging your images for everything you upload from now on. Now, there is a forum post where Amazon clarified that this does not apply to past images. So everything you uploaded in the past, you don't have to worry about, but you got to start getting in the habit of doing this new process for all the images you upload in the future. Now they have this article here that they link to of how to tag media that contains an AI generated person. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. But basically on Mac, you would just open an image. So let's say, here's a picture of me. Hello. Now this is not an actual AI generated image of me. I just took this photo and then, added effects and stuff. But if this was an AI generated person, then what I would do is I would just go right into here and you can hold down Command I on Mac and it'll open up this section, right? And this is where there's all this metadata and everything. You would go to this section that's keywords. Now by default, it'll just say no keywords because you haven't added any, but there's this little plus sign. You're gonna click on that and then you would need to type in the exact tag that they want, which is contains synthetic performer. So yeah, let's put that in here. Contains synthetic performer. Once you save that, then that'll tell anywhere you upload this image, that'll tell Amazon and everything that complies with this rule. Now, if you're on Windows, they've got the directions right here. It's very similar. You're going to go into the File Explorer. You're going to click on Properties and go to the Details tab, and then it'll look like this. And you would just type contains synthetic performer with hyphens in between right here in the tags, and it'll look just like that. It's really pretty easy to do. Then you save it. The hardest part about this is just remembering to always do it and making sure you don't upload the version of the images before you added the tag and stuff like that. Now, if you're adding it into other sections like A+ content, there is an easier way where Amazon will actually add it for you. I'll show you that too. So for example, if we go into, here's some A+ content. Now, if I wanted to add an image, I could click on add image here. I could do upload image, and then I'm just gonna pick an image here. Now it'll show all this. I can add the alt text, but then you can see there's these checkboxes, AI generated people. That's the one we're concerned with here. And then I could click add, and that would put that right in there. So that adds it in for you. Now that's only available for A+ content or through the creative assets section. So if you're uploading just regular product images, then you have to go in, put the tag in there like I showed you, save the image, and then upload it. So that's the latest on this new update. I'm sure they will probably be pretty slow to start enforcing this. Start doing it now. They'll probably gradually bring in enforcement over time. I'm sure this has something to do with New York making this law that requires this, and they're trying to keep up to date on it so that they can be ready for future laws that get passed that require this type of thing. Our team at 5-Star Commerce is applying this as we speak. You have to start doing this for all the images you upload now going forward. One thing to keep in mind, this tag isn't something customers are going to see on your listing. It's just metadata, but it tells Amazon's system to potentially apply a disclosure label where applicable. I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but Amazon's going to potentially be able to show customers that people in certain images are AI generated. If you add the tag manually, if you want to double check that it actually saved, you just reopen the file, check the keywords field again, and confirm it's there. Now, there's a much bigger cost that some brands run into with Amazon, and it has nothing to do with images. It shows up as a bill for thousands, maybe tens of thousands of dollars with seemingly no way out. In my next video, I break down the Amazon FBA fee trap, the ultimate way how brands can get stuck with huge charges, but I talk about how to avoid it happening with your brand. Click right here to watch that video next.